y'all, it's Dr. LaToya, and I'm coming to you at the end of November, dedicating this vlog to National Diabetes Month, which is November. It's National Diabetes Month, and I'm choosing this cause because I am a diabetic. I've been diagnosed with diabetes for quite a while now. I was first diagnosed with gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with my son in 2002. Of course, as usual, after delivering him, my sugar levels reverted to normal, went away. But for those of you that might not know, when you have or you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, it increases your risks to be later diagnosed, and that's exactly what happened. So after I had our son, maybe about 7 or 8 years later, I was diagnosed again with diabetes, and both times were very, very devastating for me. At those times, I really didn't know a whole lot about diabetes other than it was a really serious disease and you had to take insulin. And so for me, it really began an educational journey about what this disease actually was. When I got the news that this kind of was what I had and what I was living with at the time and still living with, all my mind could think about were the extreme things of diabetes. So having to be on dialysis, or having a limb amputated, or having to take insulin shots every day or on several times a day, all of these extreme things. But since then, I've been educated more about the disease and how to live with it. The main thing that I've learned along this wonderful journey is that though I have diabetes, it does not have me. I've learned that I can be in control of my life, a healthy life, and I can kind of take control, and diabetes doesn't have to take over my life. It's scary. It's a struggle every single day. But in that struggle, I get up and I go in the struggle every day. For diabetics, for those of you that don't know, the struggle is really real. You know, the struggle is about keeping your blood sugar at a level that is very healthy for your lifestyle. So it can't be too high, can't be too low, and going through the struggles of figuring out medications, figuring out eating habits, figuring out exercise, figuring out what works today, might not work tomorrow, might not work later today, really figuring out what really works for you. But the best thing that I can tell anybody is that if you've been diagnosed recently, or if you've had it for a while, make sure that you're educated about this disease and educated about your body type, your life, what is necessary for you. One of the things that I would get all the time from people was when they would find out that I had diabetes was, "What? You don't look like you have diabetes. You're not overweight, or you don't eat bad. You don't eat a lot of sweets." And though those things can contribute, being overweight can contribute, and the type of eating habits that you have can contribute. For me, it was a family history. I had a family history of diabetes, and that kind of trickled right on down to me, and that was the card that was dealt me. And so what my diabetes looks like might be different from someone else's, but regardless of what it looks like, education is such the key. Got to educate yourself. Not only do you have to educate yourself on what it is and how it affects your body, but even educating yourself on the medications that are out there now. There's so many medications that are being developed every day, but educating yourself on that along with your doctor. And not just medications, but supplements. I've seen some alternative doctors where I'm actually on a supplemental regimen as well to help out these organs of mine that don't quite do what they need to do like somebody else's might. So to help my pancreas and to help my liver. And so educating yourself about what your alternatives are as well. But educate. Not only educate, but you have to eat. Eating for some might be a very kind of happenstance type of activity every day. You just kind of think about it when you're hungry. But for a diabetic, it's a little bit different. We have to think about it before we're hungry. We have to think about what we're going to eat. We have to think about what times we're going to eat. Everything that will allow our bodies to better able produce and better able handle the sugars that are coming in. And so eating is definitely something that you have to make important in your life. But not only educating and eating, but exercise. Exercise, which I don't always like. But in order for me to live a healthy life, exercise has to be a part of my life. Exercise, believe it or not, actually decreases sugar levels at about 30%. And so exercise is really, really key in helping me to maintain my blood sugar levels. And so I have to do it every day. Do I do it every day? No. I need to though. But every day for me, every day for a diabetic for sure, but I can say for me, is a struggle. It is a struggle. But every day is a victory. Because when you get up, you plan your day, you plan what you're eating, you plan your exercise, you plan how your day is going to go, and you've won that day. You've made a healthy lifestyle choice for the day. And then you get up the next day and you do it. There are some days that I fall off the bandwagon and I don't eat right and I don't eat enough times and my blood sugar drops and I get the shakes. For those of you that are diabetic know, I get the shakes and I get discombobulated. Or I grab what's the quickest thing to grab to eat because I haven't prepared. There are days like that. But you know what? When I fall off the bandwagon, I just get back up on the next day. The next day is another struggle, but I determine that that day is going to be a day of victory. And so I just wanted to share and dedicate this vlog to, again, this month and all of those that have diabetes, they've been diagnosed with diabetes. I want to remind you that though you might have it, it does not have to have you. You have the choice to make healthy lifestyle choices every single day, every day. And not just eating and exercising and educating yourself, but even just enjoying, relaxing, resting, even views like this, which is why I did this right here. Having the view, looking outside, looking at the wonderful creation of God that helps you to be a healthy you. Yes, diabetes might be my struggle, but it surely is my victory too. This is diabetes. I am what diabetes looks like, and I'm choosing to be a healthy me. Won't you choose it too?